Black Lives Matter! What? Black Lives Matter! What? Black Lives Matter! What? Peace, dear family. I'm going to just take 3 seconds to introduce my daughter, Maryam, because I trained her to be an activist. Something happened to me. I told her today something happened to me, and I'm leaving. You know what to do. So I'm going to give her 5 seconds or so, a minute, just to talk about what black lives, how important black lives are to us right now in this country, and why we want to end police brutality and the use of excessive and deadly force right now.
Assalamu alaikum. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Before I begin, I know I'm a Muslim, but I'd also love to give peace to the ancestors, peace to Oshun, Yemoya, Babaluai, and all the other Orishas. Thank you. Now, you all saw the verdict yesterday, and they had obviously lots of evidence. And what my father taught me is the cops are already immune when it comes to the verdict, even though it was a verdict of their peers, supposedly. And there were no Hispanics on the jury, which is ironic because wasn't the cop Hispanic? So was that really a verdict of his peers? I don't really think so, brothers and sisters. When it comes to black lives, a lot of people like to say all lives matter, which is true, however, but think of all lives matter like this. No, think of black lives matter like this. You're at a restaurant, right? And everyone got their food except for one person. And they go, this person wants to eat. And then they go, yeah, but everyone's hungry. Yeah, but this person wants to eat. Saying all lives matter is like having one house on fire and putting water on every single house except the one that's actually on fire. I'm gonna repeat that. Saying all lives matter is putting water on every single house except the one that's on fire, the one that's burning. The people in there are dying. People are in danger. You know, they like to say that black people are an endangered species. That's funny, because endangered species are they're protected by the law. Yeah. Are we protected by the law, brothers and sisters? No. No. We can get killed several times. We can be slaughtered. I'm only 16, but I'm already worried about my unborn children. Peace, peace, peace. Assalamu alaikum.
That's how we raise the babies, is that right? So my daughter started where I wanted to, left off where I wanted to go. And that is, when are we gonna get justice? It doesn't matter. Yesterday I was filled with both anger. I want to call up, by the way, representing the Connecticut Black Emancipation Group. I want to call up Brother Cliff Pettaway. Where you at? Come up, my brother. Sister Michelle is not here. Brother Jimmy Griffin, anybody else that's affiliated with us, because they're inside of Waterbury. And let me say this about Waterbury. They could not get the support within Waterbury for this event. They had to get people from outside the city to come and wake the city up. It reminds me of the slaves that have been so used to slavery, they're afraid to leave the plantation. And so it takes somebody who knows what freedom look like. Y'all don't know how sweet it is on this side. Come on, y'all. And you scared to escape to freedom because you love the plantation. So just because you have a black police chief don't mean you free. Just because you have some black police officers that know that their sons could get shot at any minute and are afraid to stand up for their own selves, that don't mean you free. So what happened yesterday when Philando Castile's killer and murderer was let off the hook? Judge Hatchett, y'all know who Judge Hatchett is. She said, and I seen Judge Hatchett look like she aged 20 years. She said, I can't believe here's a black man who is a family man, who has no previous felony convictions, who did everything that the police asked them to do. When I meet with police officers, they say, you're supposed to do this. And when they say this, you respond this way. You give your license and your registration, and you do this, and yes, sir, officer, and they still kill you. Like a dog. So what are we going to do now? Because I was filled with both anger and sorrow. Because you get to the point where I don't know what I'm going to do, and you got to fight apathy. So I said to myself, I can't just sit down. I got to get up, stand up, and do something, and keep standing. Our ancestors bled and died so we can be here today, and we are the extension of them. They didn't quit. We ain't going to quit. So I'm just going to mention 2 other cases that are local. One of the cases is a brother by the name of Austin Carr. You probably don't know. I'm going to bring his case. He's alive, but he was shot in the face by a Bridgeport police officer by the name of Keith Hansen. He had a toy gun. The officer says, put the gun down. He put the gun down, put his hands up, and got shot anyway. He is now 18 years old. He will never be the same. He had to have 2 reconstructive surgeries. And the community has not really helped the mother, because the first thing the paper puts out there is this is an unfit mother. How could this happen to her son? Evidently, they haven't been reading what's going around in America, where every such and such amount of minutes, a black male gets shot in this country. Regardless of his religion, regardless of his socioeconomic status. They don't walk up on you and say, are you middle class or high class or Muslim or... No. You don't got that much time. The other case is Jason Negron, who is dead now. 15 years old. But I believe that his friend Justin, who was in the car, when he said that they tried to pull in to Walgreens, and he took a wrong turn like anybody would when police is coming after you. And the police officers did not stop, did not wait, jumped in the car, and even after the fact that they did what the police said after that, he still was shot dead, handcuffed while he was dead, and left there for hours. So what we're saying is, when you have a savage beast, you have to handle him a certain way. And while we're here handling a savage beast, which is what these people are portraying, I'll just cut it. I know the crowd is silent, but I'm going to call it like it is. Savage beasts. Killing us. Then you have to be like the people on the pound who come in and pound those beasts, and you have the power as the community. Right now, the police department cannot police itself. It's unheard of. The police commission board's useless. And they're saying that the police have immunity. That means they can kill you and get away with it, and there's no charge. It's always a justifiable homicide. So I'm saying this. Remember when Jason was killed, there was a Walgreens who had the video? And we told them to release the video, and they wouldn't? I'm going to say this real quick. One of the things that I love about, see, I'm from the nationalist side of the movement, Malcolm and the Nation and Marcus Garvey, and we don't turn no other cheek, but history's hindsight is 20/20 vision. There's some things that Martin Luther King did that I love. Wherever he went into a city, he broke the economy.
That's right.
If he went into Alabama or Birmingham, he told the people, don't buy nothing. Boycott, don't use anything. Walk if you have to walk. That Walgreens now, we should have boycotted that Walgreens in Bridgeport. Don't buy nothing till you release that tape. It's easy to walk and protest, but when we have the discipline that we're not spending $1 with you, that we're going to dog your trail, they will understand that when you stop spending dead presidents, they'll understand that you have the power. So I'm asking today that we organize. We have what's called Black Wall Street, a list of all businesses that want justice, and look at what they sell, and then we got to have a commitment not to buy with those who are oppressing us. Shut down Dunkin' Donuts. At least the owner of Starbucks, when people were saying Black Lives Matter, and he had the cup, they asked him, what do you think about that? He said, well, I think it spurs consciousness in the community. He had no problem. So support them instead of supporting Dunkin' Donuts. Guess where all the cops go? Thank you, community. I'm just wanting to rally us to know that our power is on many levels. It's political power. It's economic power. It's physical might and power. And let us come together like one. And if we have to, shut Waterbury down.
That's right.
Because we still want justice for Rochamel. We want justice for Philando Castile. We didn't forget about Mike Brown. I started organizing with Amadou Diallo when I was in New York with Al Sharpton when the brother got shot 41 times, and they had police going through the crowd threatening brothers that had warrants and threatening brothers in the crowd, so you would back down. But we can't back down now. We gotta stand up.
That's right.
God bless you. Let's fight the powers to be. What we want to let them know is that Black Lives Matter. Let's say it. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.